Well, hello, and we are back. So last week when we ended, I was remaking my little box. So I've got the box remade. Now we want to go ahead and we're going to mat the box and put it inside of our book. Hi, Diane. All right, let me just get my paper out here, move a couple things, and whoops, everything went flying. Okay, so I've redone my box. Very happy with it, much better. And I actually have my magnets. And the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to get out some papers. I need to move some more things. I just don't have room. Okay, so for the inside, we will do some double matting. And I'm just double checking to see if I used 8x8 or 12x12. So how's everybody's Monday going? I hope you guys are having great Mondays. Oh, I keep dropping the paper. Yeah, it's 8x8. Okay, I had cut from here. We're going to be using these hearts, which is the back side of Welcome Baby. And then I did use, but I'm going to use it from the 12x12. We're going to use our little puppies. So, oh, it's okay. You can. I looked up and you said it was Tuesday morning there, and I was going to say not again. Did I get my days mixed up? But I did not. Okay, so we may or may not need to. I'm just going to grab the two for that. They're going to go on the inside. We do mat the inside, and then I want, of course, these little hearts, and I'm going to grab my 12x12. Wilbur, what are you doing? He's trying to get in his blankie. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. Now I am going to cut from this end so I don't cut my cute little border there. And what I'm going to start with is our closure. Oh, you do need your cord solid if you have your kit, because I do mat, double mat. Hi, Christina. So hi, everybody popping in. And I did double mat with this color for the inside. And it's going to go on this one. I double mat because it gives it extra strength on the walls for the inside. So we're going to start here with the bottom. I'm just going to turn it over. I don't mat the bottom. It's going to be glued down. But hi, Monica, for the inside. This way it'll make it easier. So our box is 5x7. All right, let me move a few more things so I don't hit, you know how I hit the keyboard, put us on mute. Then you guys don't have any idea as to what I'm doing. And I hope everybody had a fabulous, fun weekend. We did. It went by really fast, faster than I wanted it to. Okay, it's double matted. So our first layer is 4 7/8. And 6 7/8. I do need my mouse though. And for the top layer, well, hello. Hey, Linda, I think tomorrow we have paper being delivered, and I will message you the minute I know what's in the boxes and when it gets here. So for my double matting, like I said, I'm using the back side, which is the script. Oh, excuse me. And it's going to be 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. You know, and I cut that the wrong way again, and I meant to do it the other way, but that's okay. Only because no, it's 5 3/4. When you open your box, it doesn't really. It's 5 3/4. It doesn't matter. Okay, here we go again, you guys. I am not. I don't know why I can't cut. It is okay. This right here is 4 7/8 by 6 7/8. So this does need to be 6 3/4. Um, 4 3/4. I'll show you why. This is the way, because this is going to be our sides, and this is going the right direction. So 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now when I open my box, my writing will be like this instead of like this on the original box. It doesn't matter. It's just I really wanted to do it right this time. Well, we know how that goes. Good thing we got lots of paper. And let's go ahead and ink our edges. Well, hi, Denise. Okay, well, I'm glad that you chose to spend the 30 minutes with us. Like I said, the double layering for me, it's mostly for support, strength, but it does look nice when you open your box. And now we're gonna glue these or take these whatever you're using. Stuff together. I could even use that. That would be cute. And again, I forgot to grab my glue tip out of I put one in my purse and I needed to put it on my glue bottle. Okay, if you need the measurements again, the solid cardstock is 4 7/8 by 6 7/8, and the top is 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So, did anybody get their box made this weekend or since Friday? Okay, we're going to put that down. Just checking my fit. that all centered. Make sure that glue is spread out. Okay. So that's the inside of the box. And again, when you get to that point, you can just cut out the months. And they will fit right inside of our box. Okay, now I want to mat the insides. I did double mat for the inside. And they should be 2.5. Yep, 2.5 by 7. So I'm going to cut 2 3/8. I'll cut 2 strips and then we'll cut the length. And I did not double mat the outside because you don't really see it. And 6 7/8. Okay, and I'll probably only get one, and I'll have to cut into another one of the script here. It's going to go on the insides because we don't do the outsides, so we won't cover these outsides here because, well, I mean, these we can't because they got to fold flat. And then I'll cut this at 2 3/8. Like I said, there's not a lot to keep there, but we'll keep it just in case. And then this is going to be, oh, wait, no. This one was the 2 3/8. So this is going to be 2 1/4 by 6 3/4. See, that's why I wanted it to go the right direction. And then that will be in the front. So it's up to you. If you want the back side, and it's okay, and you don't care if it's going like sideways. But I will go ahead and cut in another one. Now you're going to have an extra sheet. I'll just have to like not use that and then replace it because I did use this, I believe, on the cover. Let's see. No, I did not use it, but I'm still going to make sure I'm cutting the opposite direction. So 2 1/4 and 6 3/4. Yes, that is correct. All right. I just need to put these away. I'm going to try and pick up as I go. Because, you know, after you do a project, it's like, who came down and threw my paper all over the place? That couldn't have been me, right? That's what I always say. But yes, it was. Okay, let's go ahead and do the outsides. So the outside, I did not, like I mentioned. So I do not double mat, but I'm doing the side, I'm doing the top, and I kept them so that the patterns matched. And we know that our flaps are 2.5 because we cut them at 2.5. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to cut a 5-inch. Let me see. No, I went this way. So we have 3 sheets of each design. That's what's nice. So we're going to cut this at 6 7/8 down this long way. So this pattern shows. Then I'll cut my 2 3/8, 2 3/8, and see, then these guys will match. So those will be at the top, and we'll keep cutting here at 2 3/8 and 2 3/8. And again, I'll have those two so they match when you open the flaps. And then for the top of our flaps, I'm going to cut 2 that are 2 3/8 by 6 7/8. That will be the outside of these guys. Oh, we need to cut. I forgot. So we have our closure piece. But we'll cut that after we score it, put our magnet on, and that's the thing. We need to make sure magnets will go on first. But we'll do the closure. No, we better do the closure because you know me, right? Yes, you guys do. Okay, let me cut another strip that's 2 3/8. And the top part will be the outside, and we are going to score this at 1/2 inch. Make sure I get the right one. Well, we don't really know yet because I just wrapped mine, so we'll hang on for just a minute, but we do have our piece cut that we need. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab these two guys. We already rounded these corners. Oh, thank you, Denise. I think it's pretty cute. We want to have our flaps. These will be the flaps on the outside of our box. So we want to make sure we're going to cut or round off the correct corners. And that's how we want it, going in the same direction. Now I won't do the, see, oh no, our magnet goes underneath, so we can go ahead and get these ready, and these can actually be glued on. Oh goodness, because our magnet's not on there. That blade chewed that up. And we'll go ahead and get all our papers inked. Well, I have to tell you, if I was having a baby now, which, first of all, the ceiling would come down on the house because of my age, but I would definitely decorate a nursery in this, whether it's boy or girl. I would have these puppies everywhere. What am I saying? I have the live puppies here now. these are going to go on the inside of our box. So we'll do these first. These will be underneath, and one will be the flat. I'll just have to redo the corners, which is fine because we'll be, so this will be the top flat. Well, no, it's not. This is the top flat. Well, I just screwed that up, didn't I? Well, surprise, surprise. It's going to be the bottom flat. Okay, it's going to be the bottom flat. There we go. No. Yep, I did. I messed that one up, guys. Well, we know this is the top. Let's just wait and make sure we couldn't use it over here. That will go. Okay, my bottom will be a little bit off, and I'm okay with that. Because at least one, I won't have to recut. Or I could put this on the bottom. Since the bottom one is really the one you see. Yeah. This is going to be my bottom. Because the top one, that will be up here at the top. Really don't see that back side. So this one will go on that top flat. And really, most people aren't going to notice it unless they were watching the video. Oh, that one's done. Okay, I think I've got everything all inked except for that. But we won't put any papers on. So if you see me put any papers on before a magnet, just start yelling because Janice isn't here tonight. I don't know where she's at. Lori, you were right. A lady I know that owns a scrapbook store, she had just posted that. That we're just too hard on ourselves when we are creating projects. But I know how it goes. You're putting all this work in and you're like, I want it to be so right. Well, to you it may not be right, but to the recipient, they'll probably see nothing wrong with it. I do that all the time. I look at my stuff and I'm like, how can I possibly teach this? It's just not nice and crisp and neat. And my husband's like, oh God, don't start this. Okay, it's nice and flat. Well, thanks for popping in. Yes, time flies. Have fun at your class. Allergies are definitely starting. The eyes are itching. And we had bad winds this weekend. I was really hoping that old tree of my neighbor's would come flying down. It really wouldn't have hurt anything in either of our yards, that cottonwood. And I'm like, oh, please, please, wind, take that thing down. It didn't. Okay, these are going to go on the inside of our box where we have those hinges that connected. And that's why we have to put these down after. Otherwise, you'll see where you connect your hinges. Okay, so that's how it's going to look. I'm going to turn it on its side so that I can burnish it down a lot easier. Okay. And the back side. Okay, so there's the inside. So when we close now, before we put anything else on, we're going to go ahead and grab the closure. It was the 2x7, but we rounded the corners down here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this on the front. I have 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch at the bottom, and I'm just going to fold it over, and then I am going to score it so I get a full, so I get a straight fold. So it looks like I'm going to do mine at 2 1/8. So if you're comfortable, go ahead and do yours at 2 1/8. And I did do a little gusset, so I'm going to do it at 2 and 2. So I'll do 2 and then 2 1/8. I'm not really going to fold that inside one at 2 1/8. I'll show you. We're just going to, I'm not going to really burnish it. I'm just going to push it out a little bit so that, there we go. It will have a little bit of, there we go, gusset there. Because it needs it. So this is 7, so my 3 1/2, kind of center it here. Push it back to the 2 1/8, and then I'll glue it, but I'm going to put my magnet down. But I want to mat it, so. Try and get things straight. Okay. Something fell. So I'm using a large one. And I'm not worrying about clearing. Let me show you, because it's going to go through. See, our flap will be here. So it's got to go through this little guy. And so it will hold it down. Oh, the other magnet's on there. Like, okay, now we can go ahead and mat this little guy. Put it on. Now I can measure it. So my matting is going to be 4 3/4 from this piece. The outside I'm doing the plaid. And you want 2 pieces. Oops, and we'll put our doggy on the cloud. Make sure it's going the right direction. And then after we put this down, we'll do page 1. And hopefully we'll get done with page 1 front and back tonight. We should. Then flip it up so I make sure everything's the right direction. Okay. Okay, now my box, I'm making sure it's going the right direction. So I can put this down, and then that will be on top on our flap. With this. I haven't inked that, so let me ink that real quick. That will be the top. Now we'll put this on first, and then that will cover that section, okay? And what I want to do is check that these will fit side to side. If anything's showing, go ahead and miter your corners a little bit. I really don't want to miter the corners if I don't have to. So I want it to look like one thing. Sometimes when I miter the corners, you kind of see where I've cut them if I've cut them too short. Nothing showing on the edges. And go ahead and flip that up, and we'll put the underside on. Okay, let's put the top on, and that side is finished. And see, our magnet will hold that down. Once we get this side on, well, let's go ahead and put this on first. I'm going to lay these down so that I match them end to end. There we Oh, don't do this. Get my cap. And now the inside. Oops. Okay. And there's our box, which is also a cute card. And you can also do a belly band that if you're doing like an extra special card with some money or gift cards in there, especially with graduation around the corner. Okay, the magnet is holding that. And I'll just glue this down in the back because we had it all ready to go. And then we'll put the little teddy bear on during the decorating. But I put the teddy bear on the flap here. Not the flap, but the closure. That also helps hold your page down or that flap down. So let's go ahead. If you've got your book and you're up to here. This was the other one. Now, why did I remake this? I don't know. Oh, one of my flaps, that's right, is longer than the other. So that one I will save and use it for a card. This one is going to be permanently adhered to my album. And I'm just going to eyeball it and bring it up so I don't cover my doggies. And hopefully I will get it on straight. Is that really upside down? It is, but it's okay. Seems to be what I do these days. I put everything on upside down because I didn't check it. Okay, now we'll just close that up. And that will be ready for our little teddy bear. And that is done. We've got our front inside cover and back cover. I did not get mine finished, remade. I need to make that. But I did go through all the matting with you. So I knew that we had already accomplished creating that. Mine was just a pull tab problem that I need to remake. Okay. Page 1 is what we're going to work on next. I'll put my book away for just a second and bring out the original and show you what we're doing. So page 1, we're going to have a closure again with the magnet. And I did use just a small magnet on this one. Then we'll have 2 flaps to open. And our flap, then when it opens, we'll have our little photos that pop out. All right, let's get our cardstock out. And we're going to start with the main flap. And the main flap is going to be 8 by 8. Now I cut it just a hair short. I give you the measurement as 8 by 8, but I actually I'm going to cut it at 7 7/8. No, it's going to be 8 1/2. I don't know why I crossed that off. Oh no, it is 8. Sorry, hold on just a second. It is 8. Okay. Okay, my first cut will be 7 7/8. That way, side to side, it won't hit into your hinges. Hi, Vicki. And then 8 inches. So that's our flap. Then we're going to cut a 4 by 4. And this piece should, be 4. So we want a 4 by 4. And then we need 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 7. So I'll get one from here, and then from your scraps, you'll be able to get another one from when we cut our pages. Make sure it's 3 3/4. Yep. And 7 inches. Oh, you know, we need to cut those our two photo mats, and they are 3 3/4. And it was a hair short, made a mess. We're not going to use that one. Let me get another one. We want 2 of them that are 3 3/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, we'll start with the flap, the big flap, because we have the two small flaps too. So we want to start with that one, and let's see, 1/8 is the length, 7 and 7/8 is the width. We want the 7 and 7/8 at the top. We're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And I did round my corners, and you know what? I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why I measured it that way. My book is a little off, so I'm just going to push that out, because I'm going to actually use this on the front of page 2. So just set this aside. We need it for front of page 2, but I'm going to recut this because I don't know why I crossed it out in my measurements, but it is supposed to be 7 and 7/8 by 8 1/4. But we use it, so no worries. So once again, 7 and 7/8 is the width side to side. So you want it to be 8 and 1/4 at the top of your scoreboard. And now we'll score that at 1/2 inch. And I need to fix that in the book so I don't do that again. Okay, let's go ahead and burnish that because we're going to build this before we put it in the book. It's just a lot easier to put those outside flaps. That's perfect. We're going to, I rounded the corners. You don't have to round the corners, but I did. Let's check my width here. We're good. We're good. And then we're going to go ahead and get our 2 7-inch, these little guys. And we're going to score these at 1/2 inch with the 7-inch across the top. Or you can do either end. Sometimes this is easier for our hands than to get over in that corner. But we are scoring them either at 1/2 inch or 6 1/2. Oh, we got to cut the closure. I forgot. But we'll do that in just a moment. So the closure that comes over the top, I have 2 pieces that are 6 inches. So we'll just cut a strip of 1 3/4 from one of your scraps. So 1 3/4, and then we'll cut it in half at 6. And one will be for the top and one will be for the bottom. And I did round the corners just on one end. We're going to go ahead and score these at 1/2 inch. or 5.5. Let's go ahead and just get these guys. And then we can go ahead and miter all the corners. You know, it's so quiet. I don't know where the other two dogs are. This is so unusual. And Wilbur's sound asleep, but he's not snoring. But he's breathing, so we're okay. Okay. Oops, we'll start with this, our flap. We have the gusset at the top. I need my ruler. Then we're going to cut into some papers here in just a minute. So what I'm going to do here, I am just going to have my ruler or your spacers. You can use either one on each side because we're going to have our flaps. There'll be a 1 inch on each side. So I'm just going to put an inch here. And then we'll have one with the hinge to the left, one with the hinge to the right. And I want to place them so I have about 1/8 of an inch ish. It doesn't have to be perfect at the top, and 1/8 of an inch at the bottom. And you have just about 1/8 of an inch this way in the center. No, thank you, Diane. No, Wilbur's doing really well. He is, yes, doing really well. Now, if you want, you can also draw a pencil line because we're going to cover it with our cardstock. He's had a great weekend. He's terrorized everything, the house, tearing apart blankets, happy as can be. But, you know, I really do think, which my husband would never do this on purpose, but he had put some fertilizer down. And he says they were not out there. I think maybe that's what he got into. There's nothing else that could have made him this sick. He was so sick. But it's okay. Because I know he felt bad enough what he went through. And so, but Wilbur is doing great. Because, see, he thought he was going to have to bury me in the backyard, too. Okay, couple of sheets that we want. Of course, we're going to want more. I'm looking for my plaid. My papers are all mixed up. And it's my pretty pink flowers. So where are you? No. Yeah, I'm so glad he is too. Okay, where's my, we have not used those pink flowers. Oh, no, those are for the cover. Wait a minute, why did I put all 3 of these away? Hold on. Oh, I didn't use these. I didn't put these away. It just, okay, because these were not for the cover. Oh, good. So now he's going to snore. That's good. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut, because I have the flower in the center of when you open the flaps. So we're going to cut that piece first, and it's going to be 5 3/4. That's a mess. We're going to do 5 7/8 by 7 3/4. Okay, so 5 7/8 go this way, and 7 3/4. We'll put these down in just a minute, but I want you to see. So this will sit, and I'll have to trim it. I knew I would. I just wanted to have it longer just in case. Then we're going to have the 1 inch on each side of the plaid. So now I'll cut 2 1-inch pieces. Oh, I don't know what's going on with my blade here. Kind of chewed that one up. Much better. So we can go 7 5/8. I'll go ahead and cut this now down to 7 5/8. My cutter probably needs the blade changed. Then we'll have to miter, and not miter, but we'll round off the corners. Then I'll put down, after we mat these guys, these might be too long. I'm cutting everything too long tonight. I don't know why. Okay, because these are supposed to be 6 1/2, not 7. And there's Charlotte. I spoke too soon. So I'll take off 1/2 inch from each one. We are getting our we're practicing cutting. Oh, Homer's outside howling and she's inside howling. And I don't see anything that they're barking at, little stinkers. So my top one has the hinge to the right hand side. Let's just make sure everything's gonna fit correctly. We may have to trim one of these, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks like I had to trim 1/8 of an inch off my others. So let's go ahead and you know what? We're going to put down these first. I think that's going to be safer. And then we'll mat these while they're on here. So I'll use my board here. 1/8 of an inch from the top. We're going to make sure that these are down in the correct spot. So my ruler will help with that 1/8 of an inch. Hinge to my left, and it's going to come down here at the bottom about 1/8 of an inch. My paper has something in the paper. I didn't notice that, or I would have turned it over. Okay. Let's go ahead and see, because we just want it to sit. Let's put the center on first. Now I put the closure underneath this middle piece of cardstock, so we do want to put that down first. I'm just seeing if I need to trim this, and I don't. And then our 2 flaps for the closures. And we don't have to miter these corners. And we do want a magnet, so they're going to sit on the inside here. And then one will be down here at the bottom. Like so. So we'll go ahead and put these guys down first, mat these after we get a magnet on. So I just want to find the center. Which is 3 inches. So 3 inches and 3 inches at the bottom. Oh, sliding around. Okay, I'm going to turn mine upside down so I can make sure I line these 2 up. Okay, and the magnets. You know, here's what I did. I took a bunch of old books apart and I had put magnets on them. And I'm like, I'm saving these. They look terrible, but because I didn't have anything really to put them in, some of the glue is messed up. I'm going to go ahead and use a large but a small will work. Like it said, oh, that broke. No, something broke. But I realized, hey, I've got all these magnets in these old books, and I can't throw these. They're not old books. They were partial tutorials that just didn't go well. So, like, I am rescuing these magnets. They are not going to go in the garbage. And some of them I had just temporarily taped, so I hope this will still stick. It should. All righty. So that is on. So oh, yeah, it doesn't want to stick too great, but that's okay. That's going to be taped. We'll get those matted here in just a minute. Okay, we'll get that covered. It's a lot of piecing. That's why this takes a little bit longer. Okay, now I'm keeping them straight in between these two flaps. Well, I'm trying to keep this straight. There we go. Come over the top, and that will close like so. Okay, I'm going to get my strips on. Like I said, that kind of got chewed up on the edge. But I may have to trim it. So I probably should have held off. Yeah, let's go ahead and take 1/8 of an inch off. So let's take them down to 7/8 of an inch. Take another 1/8 of an inch off. So mine are going to be 3/4. So I have a feeling, and really it's no big deal if you do. They may be a little bit off. Okay, this one will probably be 7/8 of an inch. I should have put it over just a hair, but that's okay. Looks like I may have done that with the original one too, but I can see where it went off just a hair. So if you want to be more precise, you might want to draw that line with your pencil. Oh, goodness. I'll ink those up here in a minute. That will help hide some of that. And I'll go ahead and put my stripes down. You know, I was using my ruler, so I don't know how I managed to get it crooked, but okay, we can map the inside and the outside of our flaps. So the inside is going to be the solid side. And so our flaps are, what are they, 5.5? Because we went 6. Nope, they're 6. So I'm going to cut the long way at 5 7/8. And then we'll cut 3 5/8. We need 2 of these at 3 5/8. And then we'll get out the white. We might be getting out a new blade. And then from your solid cardstock, your white, we need 2 pieces that are 3 5/8. And I have scraps, so that makes it even nicer at 5 7/8. These are going, oh, this one's not long enough. That's right, it's 8.5 by 11. Okay, let's get a different scrap. These are going to go on the inside. Okay, where'd my matting go? And 5 7/8. This little page has quite a bit of matting. And your flowers are pretty much directional because when I laid them out, they go up. There's a few smaller petals, but not many. I put the stems upwards. So you do want to check for directional because you can't tell on that side. Okay, and these, it won't matter. I'm just going to go ahead and round the corners and we'll pop those on the inside. Almost did the wrong end. You guys must have had a rough weekend because you're very quiet out there in TV land. Okay, I did not ink those. Oh, are you getting anywhere on your party favors? You must have a lot of party favors for the shower. Not do that. Oh gosh, there we go. Oh yes, that is quite a few. Oh, oh, wait a minute. Is May 2nd the wedding? Because that's my husband's birthday. He never has a life because that's usually when we have our spring retreat and we're having the virtual retreat. He was born on National Scrapbook Day. So, he has to put up with it. I told him, oh, no. Yeah, the shower. Yeah, you're right. You will not have a life. But still, yeah, my husband knows that he was born in scrapbook season. Of course, he didn't know it when he was born. And they never had scrapbook season back then. But he knows it now. Well, that's going to be a super fun shower. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now let's go ahead and mat the closure. And for the closure, I'm going to use in the back piece. So this piece was the strip we had from that piece that was left. And then the peach color that we just got done doing our box double matting with. And there goes Wilbur. And where did I put that piece? Wilbur. I don't know what he's barking at. Here it is. So I'm going to use these pieces. And these are 5.5, 1 3/4. Oh, that boy. So 1 5/8. And 5 3/8, top and bottom. And the same with this guy. All right, we're going to have to pause a minute. It hasn't been that long that I changed this blade, so there's got to be something in the track. And 5 3/8. Still doing it. Oh, that is so exciting, Diane. Congratulations. Wait a minute, if she's 4 months, does she know, or does she not want to know what she's having? I know she's having a baby, but do you know if it's a boy or girl? Well, I'm just as long as she's doing good and everybody's healthy. I didn't want to know on the last one because I already knew it was going to be another boy. I was like, I don't want to know. If it's going to be a boy, I want to just find out when he gets there. Because it seems like that's all I had after one girl. It was all boys. There was no more girls in our picture. But that's okay. My kids had all the girls. And now it's so exciting to find out on Easter. everything put down, and then we can do the inside, and we'll be done with this page. Oh yeah. Never have too many grandbabies. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the top. I'll move to the bottom. Now, are these the grandchildren that you watch? Is that their mother? Okay. Well, that one's going to be upside down, but it's okay. And is she just really good and not have mornings? Oh, you watch him after school. Okay, so you don't see her in the morning. So she could, yeah, so she hit it well, huh? Okay, so mine will go this way. And we're going to go ahead and work on the inside, but this will be from our 8x8. This is one of, or yeah, it comes from the 8x8. And we'll do that on when we go back to decorating. But right now we're going to move to the inside or the underneath of the flap. Well, hello, guys. They've been out playing ball. Been out playing ball? So they come in after playing ball because they want me to get up and have cookies. She hit it very well. She must have. Okay, we are going to now do, what we're going to do is we're going to mat the inside. Really, this won't take long because we're going to cut two pieces that are 5.5 for the top. And it was, yeah, 5.5 for the bottom. So we're going to use our 12x12. Well, that is good for her that she can hide it so well and not, and feel good during the day and not be sick. So this was 7 7 7/8. Now we want to get up the 12x12, and it has the block. And we're going to cut straight down the center at 7 3/4. This we're going to be using for our photo mats. Now you're going to want, well, yeah, you want another piece of that. Well, let's go ahead and cut our 5 1/2. So I'm going to cut 5 1/2 from the top. I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to cut 5 1/2 again. So that will go on the bottom, and this will go on the top. Then in between the two, you'll need another one of those. We're going to put this in the center, and these are going to be, get a good measurement here, should be 2 inches. Well, Diane, now you've got a baby album to make. So these are going to be 2 3/8. Oh, you know what? I think we take these off the 8 by 8. Hold on. We do. This is too big. So we want the 8 by 8 like this. Oh, poor. Oh my gosh, you guys. My husband mowed the grass today, and then he went outside and played ball with the dogs. If Homer will come here, I'll have to show you. His paws are green. Great. So guess who gets a bath when I'm done? Yes, Homer. So let's go ahead and cut this at 7 3/4. I'm just going to take a little bit off. And 2 3/8. So we can only do the top part first. And our top part has the rickrack. And we are going to be taking, probably we're going to take a little bit off of this piece, but not this piece. I want this to be the 2 3/8. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and put this one down. Right here at the bottom where the flap is. I mean, where the gusset is, where we're going to connect. So you need your hearts going upwards. Oh, well, guess what you need now, Diane? And that's awesome. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way just to see. I want a little bit of a space. So, yeah, we're going to have to trim this little guy. And I'm going to trim mine to 5 1/4. We had it at 5 1/2, so we'll just take off a 1/4 inch. We have to take off a little bit more. Yes, I just posted the link below. There's a few kits left. Okay, let's go and take it to 5 1/8. Because, yeah, now you need to make a baby album. How fun is that, though? Actually, we could have kept this at 5 1/4. Yeah, and they're made and ready to go. We made extras so that they would be ready to ship out. Oh, that's quite a difference there. I should have left it at 5 1/4. So do measure yours. But I have a photo. We have a pop-up that's going to sit there here soon. Okay, we're going to put this now into our book. Well, no, let's make our photo mat first. Let's get that in here because it's easier to put in now while it's flat in our pop-up. See, I got mine crooked because of that. And so my back photo mat is going to be 6 by 4. So that's a nice 6 by 4. And you should have this piece if you're following along with the kit. This will be the back piece at 6 by 4. Well, mine's short 6 by 4, but that's going to be okay. Mine's 3 7/8. So I'm going to cut this at 5 3/4. And I said 3 7/8. So I'll go 3 5/8. Hi, Linda. How are you? So that'll sit here. And then this will come up here towards the top because we have a pop-up. So it is easier to put this on now. And then we'll put the flap on our book. We'll do the bottom. And then we will make our pop-ups. And that's as far as we're going to get tonight. But that's okay because the next, the back of the page and page 2, we will get done on Thursday. Darn glue from my fingers. Oh gosh. Okay. Now I'm going to come up about a 1/2 inch down from the top. Well, that's interesting. Sounds interesting. We just had a church. We couldn't figure out what was being built right by the store. And then they advertised in one of the Facebook groups they were inviting, but they don't do it in English, but they were going to for their opening to invite the neighborhood, and it said Ukrainian Russian congregation, and I thought that is so neat. So it sounds like do they do a big Ukrainian celebration this Sunday? If so, that'd be interesting to see over there. But anybody's invited. They just don't do the services in English. They do them in Russian and Ukraine, or whatever language they speak. It's kind of neat. And it's right there around the corner from our store. And I've seen them for years. The families walking. I guess they were holding services in a home, and they've built up enough money to build. It's really a nice building. When they were building it, we're like, oh, that would be really nice for a store. And then the sign went up and I'm like, oh, that is so cool. Especially here in Utah. It's very cool. Oh, please don't tell me it's crooked. No, I don't think it is this time. My other one was. All right, let's make sure everything is down because once we put it in the book, it's a little difficult to get to. Okay, let's get the book. I am going to turn my book upside down because it's easier for me to get my flap on. And then what are the baskets? What are they? Are they food baskets? Linda, that's very awesome. Now I'm going to kind of center it. So I have a little 1/16 of an inch on each side, but it keeps it from getting bent up on the hinge side. Okay. Make sure nothing slides. So I'm going to keep it a little bit at an angle here. And I meant to, you know what I did? So our page is 8 inches. Gosh, you guys, don't follow me. So the page is 8 inches. We needed to keep one at 8 inches. And it's only a little bit off. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I don't think anybody's cut yours with me though, right? So I'm going to leave it at 8. No, I'm not. I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off instead of 1/4 of an inch. Like I said, it's not a big deal. Oh, let me tell you what. I worked for a Russian family. Oh my gosh. We were just such good friends. They owned a center where I was the director. And oh my gosh, the amount of fish that they ate. Oh my gosh. And they were always fish. I was like, I don't want any more fish. I want no more shelled fish. I want no more unshelled fish. They were big fish eaters and celebrations. Oh my gosh. They rent out whole halls and the tables are lined with fish and meat. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And of course, a lot of vodka. I'm like, no. Okay, now my bottom piece. And again, I'll check. Oh my gosh, and I did. We shouldn't have cut it down the center. It's a good thing we get 3 pieces of paper. So I'm cutting mine at 5 3/8 by 7 7/8. And we can still use all the paper that I boo-booed on. But because you're watching this, you know what not to do. Okay, 7 7/8 by 5 3/8 is perfect. So this does need to go down before we put our little pop, yeah, those pop-up thingies, pop-up ons. And then I have another photo mat. Oh, no, I don't. We have the photo mats here. And I just want to measure because it's going to be in between. So they're 2.5 by 5 1/4. Okay, so we can close that for now. You don't need to have a magnet or anything because as you can see, it's pretty heavy. With those flaps on the front. Okay. Okay, with our 4x4, get our little 4x4 out that we cut in the beginning, and I just want you to score 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. Okay, now what we want to do is we're going to cut this down diagonally. So in our cutter, you just want to put 1 corner and 1 corner. Get to the original. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it in half. Point at the top, 2 points to the side. Okay, now we can go ahead and do the 1/2 inches. Now I'm going to miter corners and then straight across here. We're going to miter a little bit more. Once we get that off, then you can, there we go, trim those corners. So when it comes together, they're not touching. I'm going to go ahead and bend this back. And I'm just going to bend it a few times down the center so that we break up those fibers. sure I have this. I don't have this right. So we need another 4x4. You know what? I haven't been doing enough tutorials. I've got to get back to doing them. A lot of them. Nope, that's not 4x4. You guys are going to think I don't know what the heck I'm doing. We were supposed to go down the center. So if you made this with the December daily, then you know I forgot that one step and we cut it the opposite direction. So let's do this again. 4x4, and then we're going to score 1/2 inch on all 4 sides. And here's what we need to do. We don't fold those in half yet. So it's up to you. I'm going to use my 6-inch marks here. So if you put one tip here at the 6-inch, okay, and then right here, actually, we just bring it down into that groove. This tip in the 6, that's going to line you up from that tip to that tip, as long as your tip is in the center. If you have a scoreboard that has the marking, and a lot of them do, they're going to have this marking at 6 inches. And this is a good tool because, see, actually I can put it here and here, and then I know that is my 6 inches in between. Now we have it this way, but we need to cut it this way. Okay. So I have a 1/2 inch all the way around the edges. Now I've gone diagonal from this corner to this corner. So this corner to this corner with no score in there is where I want to cut. I don't know why I was thinking of bending, just folding it, because you can't. There we go. Okay. Now, if I have cut this the wrong direction again, I have not. I was going to say, then I'm fired. And I have. You guys, why am I cutting this the wrong direction? This is so simple. Oh, I'm not. Okay. And the other one was just fine. No, it was not. Okay. Now I feel better, because I folded it the wrong direction. It's very similar, but it was a little different. Okay. If you did it the other way, you're fine. If you fold it the right direction. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to fold up those 1/2 inch. Okay, this one. So actually, this is just fine the way I was doing it. I got myself confused. So if you were doing it the first way, you're fine by just folding it in half. You guys, I have got to start making more stuff. And I will. We have all these kids going out, and then I can get back to just creating. They go out this week and the first of next week. And that's going to be very helpful when it comes to creating instead of making kits. Alrighty. So you want to go ahead and get all those burnished. Fold this both ways a couple of times so it feels like everything is working well for us. All right, with this open, I'm going to fold my hinges backwards again. So they work well. So they should be here on the outside because we're going to attach this inside to our hinge. Oh, it's just a noise he made. Book. Okay, we want the center of this, of our flap, which is almost 4 inches. But because our flap is just a hair smaller than the actual page, which is 8, so I'm just going to mark just a little bit before the 4 as my center. Because we want our points in the center here. And then our second one, go ahead and pull those back. They're pretty stiff. What are you guys doing? Wilbur? Okay. These are going to be in the center like this. And when we close our book, we'll have a pop-up here in a minute. So I'll just do one, and I'm going to make sure this is right in the seam here. And we'll just close our flap. Now your page won't open completely all the way, okay? And that's okay. Because it will once it relaxes. So the difference on this one from our December daily, for those of you that follow that tutorial, they were over here on the side. These are here in the center. And again, you want them to almost touch. And the crease there in the fold. Okay. Hey, Wilbur, stop. Okay, and they should work like a butterfly, basically. Those are glued down. And we'll let that glue dry while we go ahead with our photo mats. And we only have to do the front. Let's see, did I do the back? Nope, did not do the backs. So on the front, I used our cute Rick Rack here, and these are 3 3¾ by 5½. So this will be 3 5/8. And 5 3/8. And then we're going to cut the white I lost my ruler. And we're going to cut those, what did I tell you guys? 2 5/8 by 5¼ Let's see if these are long enough. Nope. Not long enough. I'm going to remeasure that. That didn't look big enough. No, I'm going to go 2½. So measure yours also. Because I didn't want to cover the Rick Rack. There you go. I like that. Okay, mine's 2½ by 5¼ And this will be the last thing we have to do tonight. Then I get to go up and wash some beagle feet. Okay, now I want my Rick Rack. Let's see, this one, which is going to be my right hand, will be on the outside here. And then this one I have, let's see, where do we have it? I have it on the inside, but if you want them both on the outside, I think do I? Or we can have them both on the inside. No, I'm going to have them both on the outside. Yeah, no. Homer hates water. He's the one that hates the water. Wilbur loves to have a bath because he gets his belly rubbed. Charlotte, well, she's petrified of the water. Beagles don't like water anyway. On this one, I'm using Kraft, but I got to tell you something. I'm going to show you guys a secret. Okay? If you have, here it is. If you guys like Of course, this is 80 pounds. If you like the velvet brown, it is 100 pounds. Just show you something. Of course, I don't know if you'll like it with this. I do. But if you're getting the National Scrapbook Day kit, we have a brand new color. It's called, and it looks, it's not this yellow. It looks a little bit more yellow on camera. It's called Creamy Craft, and it's the vellum. And look at this. I wish you could see. It's like a speckle. It's the vellum. And I love it with this. And actually, it's on, Lexi, I believe, did get, it's called Creamy Craft. She got it, but it is 100 pound. It's like the brown. It's just like your velvet brown. And I would have made it with this, but I will be making my project for National Scrapbook Day with this one. And it looks really good with this. Now, other than that, I'm using the, hold on, am I using Speckle Craft? No, I'm using regular craft, which I like too. Wait a minute, did Dad wash your feet? Let me see your feet, Homer. Oh, maybe he did. Oh, I like it too, and I can't wait. So I will be using it. I haven't, I need to remake my project in it because I made it with the pink vellum in the beginning, but I'm going to use that. It's in your kits. You get a full pack of it, and I'm super excited. Creamy Craft, because it's considered a vellum craft, and it's a creamy craft. It's like nothing I've ever seen. I love it. But they were like, would you like us to make some of this? And I'm like, oh, you would make it? I said, well, we have a special event going on. They said, we'd love to. So it's going to be fun to work with if you like 100 pound, because if you've worked with the velvet brown, it becomes softer. It's almost like a leather once you start scoring it and bending it. It doesn't break or crack. It just kind of gets softer and softer. I really like it. So I can't wait to use it. I'm hoping to remake my project with it this weekend, because I have to get that done to show you guys. Okay, let's get our book. Now, we have one that's going to go on the bottom. Now, this is going to seem weird, but one's going to go on the top. Okay, because they're going to crisscross here. Now, when you close your book, kind of hard to show you. When we close the book, it will close together. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a line of glue here, just on the inside of this bottom triangle on the left-hand side. And it's going to hang over your page. And it's the first time I've been able to use 100 pound on the creation of an album, and I really like it. Okay, now this one is going to be like it's hanging upside down. Now I want you to go to the tip, and this will be longer. Your photo mat's longer than your little triangle. Oops, we don't want it to slip. Okay, we want it to, now you'll see it's going to crisscross And it's going to close beautifully. Okay, we're going to burnish this before we start playing with it here in a minute. And then when you open, isn't that fun? So you can have a photo this way, photo here, then we have a photo here. And I just love how it crisscrosses. So can you guys see how that's going to work? Just make sure your tips don't touch, but they butt. You want them to butt right there in the middle. I almost used velvet brown with this album too, because the brown, and I think I've got others waiting for the moss green to get here because they're going to do green with it. And I'm like, that is going to be so pretty. It's this color green. So yeah, a lot of different colors you can put in there. So that is, excuse me, where I'm going to leave you guys tonight. Remember, just, oh, I'm so happy this worked. I was like, if I mess this up, I'm going to just go on strike. Okay, so that is done. Crisscrosses over, and then it just lays flat. Thursday, we're going to breeze through making our pockets, making our zigzag pocket. Yeah, Thursday, we should get all of this done, and then the following Monday, we'll go to page 3. And we'll be done next week. Okay, and that is where we're going to end tonight. So that was fun. A lot of this was probably the most, except for, I still have to get this page done. It's matting. We have a white photo mat. I've got it all drawn out. It's just I went all along and just didn't get it finished. Now remember, this is going to come from our cover sheet, so we don't want to use that. This is cover sheet. Okay, guys, I will see you Thursday. And we will continue working on our album. And congratulations, Diane, because now you got to make another album for your new grandbaby, and that is so exciting. And I will see you guys Thursday for sure. Have a wonderful week, and don't hesitate if you need any help with your album to holler out on our Facebook group, Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. And then also be sure to like and share, like the video, and share on so that others can follow along and learn with us. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.